you might as well start to plan to transfer out some of your City, Arsenal, Crystal Palace, or Wolves players because they are blanking in game week 31. This is my team as it stands now. As you can see, I do have 3 Arsenal players, 1 Crystal Palace players, and one City player, of course, Haaland. But some might have more. Some might have Semenyo. Some might have Gahey as well. And you do want to start thinking about transferring them out for game week 31, unless you're using your free hit, of course. So here's a short video of some of the players I would probably look at and I could recommend. Virgil, Liverpool has great fixtures coming up. He's nailed, he's completely nailed, and he's always a threat on set pieces. They don't blank in game week 31, and also seems to be performing a lot better than earlier in the season. The same can almost be said with Konate. He's also very, very nailed. Of course, the same fixtures. He's a differential, only owned by 3.2%. So for those who might want to play even more aggressive against the herd, then you're going with Konate. But I see both picks as solid. I think if you can afford it, then Virgil is probably the pick. Always a threat on set pieces, nailed, getting some def cons here and there as well. So these could be replacements for Gabriel, Timber, Gahey, those players. Next up is Brentford assets. Brentford has great fixtures as well. And they, of course, don't blank in game week 31 as well. And the interesting thing about the Brentford assets is that they are super differential, owned by almost no one. Dango owned by 0.8% and Kevin Schade 1.1%. Great fixtures coming up. I think what you should note about Brentford is that they are performing way better at home than they are away from home, especially on the underlying stats as well. We saw that when Arsenal played Brentford at Brentford's home. Arsenal really suffered, and Brentford could easily have gone away with 3 points. I think Dango, what's also to note here is that there has been rumors about Dango maybe not being as nailed due to the Ramadan. I don't believe in that. I don't think it'll influence it, and I think he's just as nailed as before. When I say nailed, I think Dango's minutes is more at risk compared to Schade. Kevin Schade's underlying stats are also better compared to Dango, but I totally understand both buys here. If I had to recommend one, due to the price tag, actually, I would go with Dango. And of course, the player to have from Brentford, whom I didn't include here, is of course Thiago. Thiago is on pens, looks good, great fixtures. If you can do a transfer 1-to-1, then Thiago might be a good bet over the coming weeks here. Next up, Florian Wirtz and Mo Salah. A lot of people might laugh now, but people have been talking about, myself included, transferring out Haaland. And it's mainly due to the game week 31 where he blanks. But for me, it's also due to his underlying stats not been great. But I think another thing to note here is that a lot of people have a lot of value. What's the English word for tied up in Haaland, which is a very, very solid argument for not selling Haaland. But if you were to go that route, it would probably be in game week 28, where Liverpool they play West Ham at home. Um, I don't want to say more about the Haaland out transferring um, until next game week, because that's where it could be relevant. But let's save that for next week. Even though you might have Semenyo um, or Rice or yeah, probably the most two popular from the blanking teams. Then Florian Wirtz is an interesting pick because his underlying stats is pretty decent. They have great fixtures as well. Um, Price tag is a little bit more expensive than Rice and Semenyo also, I believe. But he would be a solid pick over the coming game weeks. Um, and I believe the same can be said about Salah, even though his price tag is extremely high. Um, so just to summarize this, I'm not going for Salah this game week, but uh, to not have Salah in your drafts, maybe not in your drafts, but to not think about Salah as a possibility, I think is a bit ignorant if you look into it. Next up, we have these guys here, Hill and Senesi, Bournemouth with insane fixtures coming up. Hill is a newborn DEFCON beast, where Senesi was it before. Hill seems to be the guy racking up all the DEFCONs. He's hit DEFCON in the last 4 game weeks and seems nailed. And based on the latest interview from the manager, he also seemed to be the one they're trying to target on offensive set pieces. Senesi's still a solid pick. Nailed, both seem nailed, but I believe that Senesi is more nailed than Hill. Great fixtures, doesn't blank in game week 31, but I believe they do play United, which would create a lot of internal matchups because a lot of managers, including myself, own Mbemo and Bruno and Krupi. So that would just mean more internal matchups. These are the games that teams that are blanking. Watch out, prepare, start thinking what your strategy will be, and have a good game week.